I was a fire controlman in Gun Turret 3, which is composed of three 16-inch rifles, each one holding a 2,600-pound shell, each one having 600 pounds of gunpowder behind each shell. So when we fired a complete 9-gun salvo, we were releasing 9 26 to 2,800-pound shells backed up with 5,400 pounds of gunpowder. So it was quite devastating. I felt we were on the biggest, powerful ship in the Navy, and I figured that we had you realize we had 9 16-inch guns, we had 25-inch caliber guns, we had 40 millimeter guns, and we had like 50 20 millimeter cannons. So we had firepower like you can't imagine, you know. First of all, we figured the war's going to be over in no time. With our battleship going out there and everything happening, we figured it wouldn't take long for the war to be over. Mostly we were active in the Iwo Jima area first, and after Iwo Jima, we went to Okinawa, where we covered all the landings of both Army and the Marines. One of the tragedies that I observed during that Okinawa period was when we had sounded general quarters, and as I was running to my battle station in Gun Turret 3, I looked over on the starboard side of my ship. Looking out for the stern, I saw the carrier Franklin get hit with a kamikaze about 5:30 in the morning. And there were such explosions there because all the planes were already loaded with ammunition, gasoline, and the fire that happened and the explosions that happened, it actually wounded, well, it killed about 800, were 1,100 casualties, but about 800 were killed. In the meantime, we got hit by a kamikaze, which injured no one on our ship other than the kamikaze pilot himself that was sort of disembodied as he hit the ship. Our captain gave this kamikaze pilot a military funeral. The only skipper, Captain Callahan, in the United States Navy that actually went through the business of making a Japanese flag, covering his body and giving him a Marine salute because he figured he was a hero for his country. The only concern we had was when the kamikazes were coming in, we would fire our 5-inch guns at them, 5-inch shells. And the 5-inch shells had Buck Rogers Buck Rogers fuse, which when it came near a plane, it would sense the heat and would blow up the plane. But then after the 5 inches were fired, you'd hear the 40 millimeters going off, pa-pum, pa-pum, pa-pum. And we'd still be relaxed in the gun turret because we couldn't fire 16-inch shells at the gun, so I'm inside there. But then we'd start hearing ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta. Then we'd stop playing cards or whatever we were doing because we knew they were right on top of us. So that's the only time I just sort of paused. But when you're young, you don't fear things like you do as you get older.
How would it feel to be back on the Missouri again?
Well, probably when I first go aboard, I'll probably cry because it'll bring back such memories, especially when I think how I was able to literally fly up and down the ladders on the ship and run to my battle station. And thank God the Navy and the Army doesn't take older men in the service because we'd probably lose all our wars.